Happy Wednesday, my friends. It is August the 14th, 2024, and I have three best bets on the way on today's Wednesday card. Let's get into it. This is the free three. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day. I just try to get to the bag together, and we're just trying to make that money. Yesterday, 2-1 on the day. We'll take a winning day. We needed that. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. We cashed in on Cutter Crawford's earned runs. I told you guys yesterday, the biggest lesson that I've learned this year betting baseball is instead of taking the first 5 team total for a team, take the pitcher's earned runs. And that paid out dividends for us yesterday. Why? Because the Rangers, no runs scored in the first 5 innings. In the 6th inning, they scored 3 runs. So now they were able to get 3 earned runs off of Cutter Crawford. We cashed in the bet over 2.5. We also cashed in our Nationals and Orioles bet over 9 runs. That was no sweat. That went over in like the 5th or 6th inning. You love to see that. We did lose on our Reds and Cards nerfy, as the Reds did score a few runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. So that was a little bit tough to see. But overall, 2-1 of the day, not too bad. 2 games under 500 now to start the month of August. We're about midway through the month here. I did miss a few days here on the channel, so we will make it up on the back end. I'm really just kind of wait for football season, in all honesty. So I'm treading lightly, but don't worry. End of August, beginning of September, we'll have a ton of plays here on the channel. So make sure you guys are sticking with us, smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel, clicking that bell, so this way you guys can stay up to date on all the latest videos when we're dropping the picks and plays. So this way we can continue to crush the sports books together. Now let's dive into these winners for today. For my first best bet of the day, let us head to the late night matchup, the last game of this slate, actually. And we're going to go to the Braves and the Giants matchup here. And we're going to take the first 5 under 4.5 runs, minus 130 odds on DraftKings. Now, on this mound for both of these pitchers, we've got Robbie Ray, who's on the mound for the Giants, and we've got Grant Holmes, who's on the mound for the Braves. Now, Grant Holmes is more of a relief pitcher who's trying to work his way into a starting position here. I do not like him that much, but I do think that both of these offenses have been leaning a little bit more towards the under of late. If you look at the Braves numbers this year, they're the #1 team to the under in all of the major leagues. They're 44-67 to the under this year, including 8 pushes. Meanwhile, the Giants, they are an over team, but at home, they're 27-33 to the under. So that tells us that both of these teams are a little bit more towards the under. This game is played at Giants Stadium at Oracle Park. We know that it's more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark, and both of these pitchers are not necessarily known for giving up the long ball. I do like the fact that both of these offenses should start off a little bit slow here. I will say that Grant Holmes does kind of scare me a little bit. His last start against the Rockies, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and 1 home run given up over 5 innings. But that game was at Coors Field, which is a very hitter-friendly ballpark. We know what that happens at Coors Field, so I can kind of understand it. His start before that against the Marlins, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. His start before that against the Brewers, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, which was a mistake pitch home run to go with 8 strikeouts. So we know Holmes is a guy who can strike out guys. We know he's somebody who's not really more of a long ball type of pitcher, and I think that's going to pay dividends today. I think we're going to get an excellent performance from Robbie Ray as well. Give us our first 5 under 4.5 as our first best bet of the day. For our second pick of the day, we're going to head to a team that's been absolutely in fuego, and we're going to continue to ride the hot streak. If you've been keeping up with baseball over the last week or so, then you know who I'm talking about. And we're going to go with the Houston Astros here. We're going to take them on the money line, minus 120 odds against the Rays. Now, the Astros are the hottest team in baseball right now. They've won 7 straight games, and they actually find themselves now with the divisional lead in the AL West, as they now lead the Mariners by 1.5 games. That winning streak is a big reason because of that. Now, don't get me wrong. This Astros team is a team that has underperformed at the beginning of the year, but they're starting to pick it up now. And one of the reasons why is because Ronald Blanco. He's a big reason why this Astros team has been able to stay in contention, especially with all the pitching problems that they've had this year, with all the injuries that they've had. And Blanco has been a good catalyst for them. Now, since the All-Star break, he has not been as strong as he was to start the year, but he has been solid. In his recent performance at Boston, he went 4 innings to give up 4 hits and only 3 runs in that game. And he did walk 3 batters, but it's not bad. That was an 8-4 win for the Astros. And again, that was at Fenway Park, which is more of a hitter-friendly ballpark. He also faced this Rays team back on Saturday, August the 3rd. That was a 6-1 loss for the Astros, but he still went 5 innings in that that game, 6 hits, only 2 earned runs, and 1 mistake pitch home run. The way that the Astros are hitting the ball right now, I do believe that they're going to be able to back Blanco up, and that's just really because Zach Little is more of a very pitch-to-contact guy. 4.11 ERA on the year. We saw in his last start against the Orioles, he went 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs given up to go with 1 home run. And his start before that against the Astros, which is against Blanco, he went 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. But it's very hard to face the same lineup twice, especially when you're hot like the Astros are. We know the Astros have the better hitter. The Rays are still in playoff contention here. They can get an outside spot into like the wild card. There's several games behind Boston right now, which is one of the teams looking out, and they still have to get past the Royals. They still have to get past the Mariners. So there's still other teams that they have to keep in contention here for them to be able to get competitive in the postseason. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that this is going to be a Rays team that's going to be tanking a little bit more as we get into September. Right now, they're still in contention, so they're not completely thrown in the towel, but I just don't see them having the same type of intensity or the games matter as much to them as it does to the Astros here. So now I'm about to start looking at my analysis in a different way from the standpoint of what teams have stuff to gain, what teams have stuff to lose. And right now with the Astros only a game and a half above the Mariners in that AL West, I think every game is valuable for them. They can go for their second sweep in a row. 7 games in a row they've won. I'm not going to fade them here. Give me the Astros on the money line at a really good price against the Tampa Bay Rays. Now for our third and final best bet of the day, we're going to go with a DYF All-Star, a guy who's been absolutely cashing in bets for us all the back half of this year. And you guys know who I'm going to tell you to take. We're going to take Vladdy Guerrero. We're not going to take him in a parlay this time. We're going to go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. If you want to take his total bases as well at a little bit of cheaper value, be my guest. But we get this at minus 130 odds, so the total bases will probably be around like minus 110 or plus value, maybe like plus 100. But I like both of these picks. Why? Because Vladdy's been on fire, okay? His 22-23 game hit streak was snapped the other day, but yesterday he picked up right where he left off. He hit a home run yesterday. That's 9 home runs in the last 15 games for Vladdy. I mean, come on, man. That's impeccable form. He has at least 1 hit in 24 of the last 25 games. He's batting over 300 on the road. Now he takes on Tyler Anderson for the Angels, and Tyler Anderson is a strikeout guy, but he's also a pitch-to-contact guy, which means that Vladdy, in the form that he's been in, I'm just not going to fade him in this matchup. Tyler Anderson has a 2.99 ERA, which is really strong, but when you look at some of the numbers, he struggled at times. Like 2 starts ago against the Mets at home, 5 innings, 8 hits given up. His start before that against the Athletics, also at home. He went 7 innings, but he gave up 6 hits to go with 3 earned runs. So that's the thing. Anderson can go some really strong starts where he's not giving up a lot of runs, but then he's also seen times where he struggled. And when you look at his home road splits, he's been a lot worse at home than he's been at home. At home, he has a 3.97 ERA. Meanwhile, on the road, he has a 1.81 ERA. Well, this game is at home today for the Angels where he struggled a little bit. And Vladdy coming into this matchup, I'm just not going to fade him. 2 or more hits, runs, RBIs in 9 of the last 10 road games. 2 or more hit, run, RBIs in 15 of the last 16 games where he's had at least 5 plate appearances. And he's batting towards the top of the lineup, so he should be able to get that today. He's been able to go over this in 7 of the last 8 starts against the Los Angeles Angels. He has a batting average of 500 against left-handed pitching in the last 10 games. He has a batting average of 500 against Anderson in his lifetime in 6 plate appearances. The last 5 home starts that Anderson has had, 3, 3, 4, 6, and 3 earned runs given up. So Vladdy, I think that he's going to be able to get to him today. I think that the Jays are going to be able to score some runs today. I don't know if they win the game because I'm not a big fan of Jose Barrios here. And I think that could lead to a high-scoring affair as well. But Vladdy, I think he should be able to deliver today. Even if he doesn't get a hit, he might get walked. He might get on base, which could still cash us the hits, run, RBI line here. So give us the hits, run, RBI minus 130 odds as our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that I'm giving you guys on this Wednesday card. Give me Vladdy over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Give me the Giants and the Braves, first 5 under 4.5 runs. And then give me the Houston Astros, the red hot and fuego Astros. Give me them on the money line to beat the Rays. 3 best bets, 3 winners. Hopefully we'll be celebrating a sweep, and we'll be back tomorrow with more picks and plays. Drop a comment below with your favorite winners, so this way we can continue to tail you and continue to cash in on those winners. Let's get to that chat, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, guys.